stun onto Bob Saya. Oh, it's going to be a parry, trinket, everything. Evasion now for Bella. She's not a trinket, fear to follow. You just try to lock the rogue down. That aggressive trinket parry may potentially put you in a bit of a weird spot overall, though, as it is a full kidney. I think it's going to be another reset for Bella. I was expecting for reset. Got him some blades. Potentially damage could be here with flagellation. Cheap shots. Kind of running himself out on the sun. DRs, I think, just dead. Okay, I think Saya Bob ended up playing very, very, very risky. But I think Bella, I think they didn't realize that they were behind that fast, that quick. I'm ready to join in someone. Koopa, yo, get you in here, man. Get you in here. If your boy's got a spot, get this guy in here, yeah? Silent Bob, though, I was almost expecting for him to get punished when he trinketed with a parry up immediately, but didn't quite happen. Does get a spear onto Cobra. He needs himself a gateway to escape this. Does use the gate. And Silent Bob, I don't know if you got mobility to catch up. Does go for a leap. This is going to be a port for Cobra. How do you pre-position that ahead of time? Or to use that like eyeball tech in order to position a portal ahead of time? How does that work anymore? I remember Warlocks used to be able to do that, like use the eye kill rug and then place a portal. I don't know if that's exactly what I did or just ran by there. Cyberpop, I think he's just dead. He's got a big old chaos boulder barreling down on him. Blazestorm is out, able to do a bit of damage to Cobra and able to get a couple of those value mortal strikes in, able to break past those defenses. But he's super low in health. Parry is up. It's going to help dampen some of the damage, but the bolt is way too much. With Rick going to be up next, charging out. Immediate succubus CC. Pre-position that pet as he's making his way across with the Shadow Fear onto Cobra. Fear to follow. Just not giving him a chance here. Bolt 1, second bolt 2. It's just done. Oh, reflect. Ah, that reflect. I think he was trying to see if he could maybe get a mortal coil on Cobra. Cast a bolt. Reflect. Another bolt, just getting pelted from a distance over on the by the Overfiend. Or yeah, Overfiend? I think it was Overfiend. It's gonna be those overlords jumping in the landing those slams back to back to either one of them. Rick trying to see if he can get himself a pet. Switch it out to a Fell Hunter, actually. And it looks like Cobra is still gonna stay with the Succubus. I think he's just going to try to see if he can CC the Succubus and using the Fell Hunter to land kicks onto Cobra, but also spell steal some of his buffs. Mortal Coil, however, on both the pet as well as Rick, not going to feel that good at all. Though does go for the AoE Fear, with Rick not playing the Mortal Coil whatsoever. Playing the AoE Fear might be good in some situations. You are lacking healing, but I'm pretty sure the cooldown of that Howl of Terror is really, really short and allows you to get super melee, super aggressive, landing those extra fears without having to cast a fear. So one less thing to cast around with, but also AoE fear. So let's say like you're playing against Cobra, you're hitting his pet as well as Cobra at the same time with the AoE fear. Cobra can't do much. This is going to be Rick trying to see if he can land that fear. Trinket to follow right after. Rick does get himself some dodge on a Cobra. There is a pet steal on Cobra as best as he can be. Reflect out for Cobra so he can't really get kicked. Does land himself an Infernal around the corner with a Mortal Coil right after. The pet can still interrupt you. Does land the kick on fire with his soul cleaned out of his body. Can't smell the jumping in, but it's actually focusing it down on the pet over Rick. Yo, Chaos Mother, please. Mama, please hit the right target. Stun around the corner. Rick doesn't go for a fear onto that Succubus. Cobra is just kind of floundering all in his zone right now, just floating around. Got himself a port. Rick able to get a couple insta-casts here, but under a ton of pressure. Cobra not in a great spot right now. He needs to get the Succubus to CC. Is Succubus dead? No, it's not. Oh, does land the CC though. Although for Cobra, this could be an opportunity. Nope, doesn't quite go for it. It's going to be AoE stun with like bolt 1. Dark Pact is up for Rick. Reflect for Reflect. AoE Fear onto Rick. I think it's Cobra. I think it's just over. Shadow burns him down and taking him out. Trying to see if he can switch over to a Syad. Plus, he ain't gonna let it happen. So Rick may need to go for a fast cast swap onto his pets. He's gonna go for a wall. Cloak of Shadows for Plush, just avoiding those fears completely. It's gonna be a big gateway. Can he go for it? Does go for the gate on DFA. Still connects either way. Step. Does end up walking on the platform, but yet another eviscerate. Oh, that is so much damage. Yeah, plus I think he's figured out, like, he just got to break past a little bit of CC. Not letting Rick switch over to the Succubus did end up screwing him over. Definitely screwed him over for sure. I don't know if he had fear coming up at that point or not. I have no idea. Looks like it's back up now, but I don't know if he had it during the moment where he was about to die. That's just so rough, man. I don't know me. I don't know what Nicholas said something about Peg Day. Okay. You know what? You know what, Outlawed? Koopa, I don't need to know what Mikkel is into, but you know what? Let it, you know, everybody's got their tastes. Yeah? Everybody's got their the flavor of poison that they like. Why are you outing Mikkel like that? Big DFA dodges the brass, big slammer jammer on the eviscerate. Mace just go. Oh! Unless you block, he trusted that altar. Trusted the arcane. You can't trust nothing. Not against a rogue. Holy plus. Just eviscerating him. Yo, if you can go 3 for 3 plus, that'd be some wild work right here. So plus, does have himself a Shadow Melt, doesn't let him quite catch it to escape. Does have a disarm for Leo. May need to go for a disarm here. That is a lot of damage on a DK. Does go for a disarm real fast. Get a shot to reverse it. Does have a human racial if he needs to. Maybe you could juke it. Leo knows he doesn't want to juke. Dude, that TD. Oh, TD. Proccing that cheat death. Cheap shot. Plus trying to see if he can make last minute play. That's all he's got. Down a little damage onto Leo. Actually forced a lot of cooldowns out of him in general, but just not enough to take it. All right, Leo. Second to last on the team. You still got Ms. DH on your standby. But you got to find a way to get some victories here. You take down the rogue. Caught up a lot of healing, by the way. Just a couple of death strikes off of that earthy elemental, and you are back in action. Just try to see if you can avoid Goer's while he's got Bloodlust while, is that Doomland's tomb? I'm not even sure, but Goer's is able to catch up with you pretty easily. He's kind of all over the place. I can't even tell where he's at, to be honest, sometimes. Like, where... Are we both seeing the same thing, Leo, or is it just me? Because it looks like Goer's is literally everywhere and nowhere. As soon as he goes Ghost Wolf form, he's just, like, blinking around the map. Huh? What am I... What is happening? I can't be the only one seeing this, right? I didn't say it was a bad thing? Oh, no, 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 no. Just gotta say, why you gotta out your boy like that, too? Ain't there no secrets amongst friends? Leo does run back in towards Goer's. He does have Bloodlust. So you could potentially go Bloodlust Doomlands. Oh, wait, it does have a cooldown for Doomlands, too? Looks like he does. Full riders are up for a Leo. Wall out for Guerreros. This should go counter offensive here. Potentially could. Last time it worked out really well for him. Bloodlust. He's got himself no lust actually. No loss yet. Full ascend. Got us some big defenses. Leo trying to see if he can use Twilight Devastation to see if he can break past Goer's, though. That is going to give him a little bit of shielding, but he's just got himself lots of potential raw damage right now as an enhancement. Leo able to cleave a lot of the chunks of health out of Goer's, but that lightning, that tempest, it is just a little bit too much damage right now. It's a little bit too much to handle for the moment. He's got the pest that he can at least death strike off of, but with a death pack, he just can't heal. Stun does go for a blind real quick onto Goer's, picking up a little bit of healing in between those stuns. Silence on Goer's, picking up a little bit of health again. AMS is active. Pets are still going to be rushing at you. You can at least pick up a little bit of healing. A 44% dampening. At the very least, good thing that Shambles don't have a mortal strike effect or anything like that, right? Otherwise, he'd be real in trouble. And Leo, oh, that lightning bolt just now, that hurt so much. That was just pain. So much pain. There's Goer's. Frost strikes. Leo got himself one last bastion of offense. Trying to see if he can make a play off of it. Lightning bolts for Goer's. Leo just have to be very, very careful with it. He does have riders coming out in a few seconds. I don't know if he just waits until riders. He might just have to wait until and send riders in with a silence on the Goer's. Goer's will not have a burrow, will not have a bulwark totem, will not have a wall. Root around the corner, silence. He just might have to go for it early here. He just got to find a way to stop Goer's. Shut him down. Maybe AMS on top of it. Goer's picking up a lot of healing. You just need one last big go. Lasso! Stops a lot of Leo's go. Freebie damage does go for a grip. Blind to follow. Trinkets out of it. Another grip. Into a stun. That's your last chance. Big damage to Goer's. Wait, he's breaking through it. He's doing it. Oh my god, that burst! Those frost strikes. Oh, baby. That was so much damage. That was without Pillar of Frost or anything. Bobby leaping in as a survival hunter should just take a couple of globals, take down Leo. Does have AMS. That's a spear of the eagle, dude. That is so much damage. It does go in for a bit of a manic bandage here. Miss the age, tried to go for a bit of a hunt. Does not connect. Does not go for cooldown though. Should be able to use Spectre Sight to find the hunter. Does run into a binding shot, however. Bobby's just going to go for that long range play. Just try to see if he can keep his distance away from Miss the age as best as possible. Does connect with a hunt, but a turtle shell. I think it stops the damage completely. He does end up walling. I don't think he meant to use wall there. I think he just meant to turtle. Maybe? Char Trap is going to help him keep the Demon Hunter at bay for a moment, but those sigils with fear, locking him down. That is a trade on CC. Still go for the Hunter. Still might be able to get away. I don't know if he can go for a proper stun for a while. Does play the full pack leader playstyle, so he's got himself a bear rushing in and everything. That's a lot of potential damage though. Stun onto Missing H. Oh, I think he's just done. Oh, it does go down. Bobby taking it. Does he continue to spear even though he's stunned? Does he keep jabbing that spear even after he's like CC'd? How does that work even? Let's get ourselves another going, boys, yeah? Gotta go, baby.